appreciate it. Thank you. No fastballs, a lot of junk. I threw a lot of junk out there. I look at the crowd, whoever's on before me, and I see what everybody else is doing and how the crowd's laughing. And then when I go up, I do the exact opposite of what the other comic is doing. Yeah, it's sort of like a change up, like a pitcher would do. Oh, new pitcher, you know. Hello, how you doing? J.R. Brow. I've been doing comedy since a lot of you were born. 27 years. I started actually in 1990. My first professional gig was 1990. $35 I made.
Wow.
And it was an Irishman who actually said he would pay me $35. I'll give you $35 to go up to her for 15 minutes. And I was like, I'll do it.
So where was that at?
In Waco.
Oh.
Waco, Texas. I know, like, what are the odds? This is a guy from Dublin, Ireland, in Waco. He's like, I'm buying property. First started comedy, I would do all the bells and whistles, basically. If I could play a guitar song, I would. If I could do impressions, I would. If I could do straight stand-up. So when I first started comedy, I was getting a lot of shit from other comics going, oh, you can't just stand there and talk. Like, actually, no, I will. And so for 4 years, I did nothing but stand-up. And I went across the country and did nothing but stand-up. 0 impressions, just jokes. So I compiled about 30 minutes of really good fucking stand-up. And then I went, well, you know what? Now that I have really nothing to prove to anybody, that I'm just going to put the variety show back into my show. So that's kind of what I call what I do, variety. I mean, I don't like juggle or fucking, you know, flamethrow and make shit disappear, but I mean, I'm close to it, given that I do impressions and guitar and auto-tune. I mean, come on.
That was tight. How did that come to your brain? You're just like, I'm going to start
Well,
auto-tuning?
I just hated that style of music. I hated it when it first came out, when Cher did it. It just sounds like somebody singing through bagpipes. And
Yeah.
I hated it, but I thought it's going to catch on, and I knew it would, and it did. And it seems like every version of it is like the least talented person gets a hold of these pedals, and then really it's just a way to aid them to stay in tune. I thought, well, I wonder if it would make me funnier. Because if it makes singers sound better, would it make a comic sound funnier? And that was the whole thought process behind it.
And last night, right, and I'm driving, I see this billboard that says, Arby's, try something different, right? So I went to Wendy's. That's it. That didn't happen. I wrote that joke a long time ago. That's the first joke I ever wrote, and I love that you guys are still laughing, and I can still do that, you know? But I think if I wrote that joke like today, it'd be a little different. It'd be more like, well, I was driving, I saw a billboard, it said, Arby's, try something different. So I went to Wendy's. He went to Wendy's, home of the single with some French fried potato. Sometimes you get that salad with the tiny ass tomato. That ain't the point of the joke. What's the point? Point is, Arby's lost my business. Question. Do you believe you laughed at that joke? I will T-pain your asses if I have to. On the pedal list, it's called Barry White, so you can imagine it's going to be like, oh, yeah.
Right? That's a voice right there.
But I renamed it Dick Move, because that's a voice you want to have when you're on I-35, right? Somebody's cutting you off, you just be like, hey!
Dick move. And everybody in here's got a dick move. I seen it. I got a dick move. When I'm on the highway, I see a car try to pass another car, I will speed up and box that bitch in. Yeah. Dick move. When I go to a strip club, every now and again, I will tease that stripper over with a 20, right? Yeah. And I'll show it to her. When she get there, I'll switch that shit out for a single. Oh, dick move.
I was married for almost a decade to a Latina from Piedras Negras, Coahuila, Mexico. Or Eagle Pass, Texas, if you're... One of the things I remember the most was the difficulty in communications because a lot of her family members spoke no English, and so it was up to me to kind of break it down. We'd get some tequila and we'd just start talking back and forth in English and Spanish. Like her dad, Arturo was his name, he would talk to me in Spanish, English, and sound effects. I'd ask him for directions to like McDonald's, like, hey, tu get in the car? He'd say, todo derecho, and then you... Cuando yo see the mailbox, pues, allá. Entonces, there's the McDonald's, but I don't have hydraulics, Arturo. But I did change his name to Arturo D-Tube.
It's indicative of not just the Mexican culture, but the Latino culture in general. Like Cubans do that. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, all the men, they're like, they have a way of just, even Italians do it. My wife actually put my website together years and years ago, and it's jrbrow.com. Just a middle child syndrome, it's like, anything, bells and whistles jingle, what about me? Because the middle child gets nothing in the family, so he's always like, hey! And all I'm really doing is pimping liquor. Isn't that what comedy is? Pimping liquor?